Hello again, friends and colleagues. It's Ad Chatter from adpult.com. This is David Burn reporting live here in Austin, Texas. We have Dan Goldgeier in Seattle. Dan, what's going on?
Hey. Not too much. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're out and about, showing up at the concerts. Texas is open for business, it looks like, at least a matter of some hours. I don't know.
I would so love to show up for a real concert.
Yeah.
That would make me extremely happy.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you can get these virtual backgrounds, I guess, and spruce up your Zoom. This one's from Austin City Limits, as you can see there in the corner. And you can get that off of Twitter at, I believe it's, at ACL something. Let me share my screen and we'll look, and then we're going to look at some NASCAR stuff today.
Cool.
We're going to look at some promotions. There's some excitement about the race tomorrow. Are you a NASCAR fan, Dan?
I've not been a big NASCAR fan. I understand the appeal of it. Many years ago, people told me I looked like Tony Stewart. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but, you take what you can get.
I think take it. Definitely. He's rich and he goes fast.
Yeah, he was a badass in his day. I'm not sure if he's still racing. It's got huge appeal across America, and it's one of the first sports back. And I think a lot of folks are very excited about the race tomorrow. As we're recording this, I think it's April 16th, Saturday. And we haven't had any kind of live sports to speak about in about 2 months. So, yeah.
So just to catch everyone up, tomorrow NASCAR is racing at Darlington in South Carolina with no fans in the stands. So it's a TV audience situation. Obviously, we're starved for sports, right? I mean, even if you're not a NASCAR fan, would you be inclined to tune in tomorrow?
I think there might be a lot of interest in that, especially if folks are staying home. Live events and unusual happenings are on TV, at least, are bringing people together. I know that there's a big commencement speech tonight that a lot of famous folks are going to be involved in, and I know that we've talked about on the show before the Michael Jordan documentary. A lot of new fresh programming that can kind of give people that water cooler moment, even if they're not near a water cooler. And so this is a big one right out of the gate.
It's also oddly historic, where NASCAR no major sport has ever raced or played in front of no fans. Now, I do think that for the athlete, let's call them athletes, in this case, it's not like basketball where the fans are breathing down your neck, or even football or baseball. These guys are in fast, loud cars, and you can see that there's a lot of people in the stands, but you can't hear them, I don't believe, over the roar of the track.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's an odd moment in time where I think a lot of sports leagues are considering, how do we go forward? And now here tomorrow we have NASCAR, one of the big players, going forward. It may be an imperfect situation, but they're going forward. I want to share the screen now and look at some of the things that are happening around this event. And before we get to the promotions, let me just say that I pulled this stat up because it's a very impressive stat. NASCAR tracks about $3 billion a year in sponsorship money, more than twice what the NFL earns. That's a pretty big deal. Now, here is NASCAR on Twitter and working with Geico, one of the big sponsors, and they want you to participate in tomorrow's event. Let's take a look.
These are challenging times. The good news is NASCAR is back, and we need your help to show the world what racing means to us. Here's how you can take part in 100,000 cameras, the return of NASCAR presented by Geico. Watch the NASCAR Cup Series race this Sunday from Darlington at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Record your race day experience from sunrise to checkered flag. Upload the photos and videos to your social media accounts using the hashtag 100KCams. You can be a part of a documentary special commemorating this historic event. While we're apart off the track, we can still be a part of something special together.
Well, that was interesting. You can be part of a documentary, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is a bit of a historic moment, and we've become accustomed in recent weeks to people filming folks watching TV and filming, sort of behind the scenes and household scenes, and this is just a way to get some folks participating in the process if they can't be at the track or they can't be with friends or at a bar. This is kind of a unique way to capture a lot of the fan reaction that NASCAR expects, and it could be, many years from now, look back at this and said, "Oh wow, look at the reaction when live sports came back." So it's a win for Geico. It lets people participate if they want to, and it could be a very interesting piece when it's all assembled.
Everyone's a star on the internet, right, Dan?
Yeah, we all have cameras, we all have studios, no matter where we are. So this is a way to get everybody involved.
That's right, and we're reporting live right now from Seattle, Washington, and Austin, Texas. Thanks to
right.
Zoom. Let's share that screen again and look at some more of what's happening in the world. Okay, here's another major brand that wants you to participate in tomorrow's event. This is Oscar Mayer, the Wiener King, and they're running a promotion called Front Yard Cookout, which is an anti-hunger initiative that benefits Feeding America. But here they're trying to tie to tomorrow's race as well. And I wanted to point to this for a couple of reasons, mainly because you have two copywriters here on the show on Ad Chatter. And this copy I wanted to point to because it makes me want to like it, but I can't quite like it. The soft purr of America, Dan.
I mean, it's funny. There's a lot going on here in terms of a Twitter ad or a Twitter promotion or even just a Twitter post, because you've got essentially 3 blocks of copy. You've got Front Yard Cookout tip number 2, too tough to tame edition. I don't really know what any of that is. And you've got all these emojis. What you said about the Front Yard Cookout was news to me. I didn't know that it was a promotion for Feeding America. So I don't follow Oscar Mayer, haven't seen that. I kind of like the idea of be sure to crank those speakers. The soft purr of America could be more like the loud roar of America, because I think that's what our country does better. But there's some fun to be had here. I love the fact that they are now trying to get people out on their front yards as opposed to isolated in their backyards. It's becoming a neighborhood event, or it could become a neighborhood event when you've got people out on their front yards within safe distance of their other neighbors that they can see. So there's some fun to be had there. I think it could be a really cool idea if you cranked up your speakers and on a Sunday afternoon, at least when no one's sleeping.
Well, I don't know how close your neighbors are, but they either will want to join the party from 6 feet away, a car and a half away, or be very annoyed at you for your motor sounds on a Sunday. I will say, check out Oscar Mayer on Twitter and learn more about the Front Yard Cookout and the promotion. Mm-hmm. There's a whole series of tweets and things that you can learn about.
Sure.
Let's move on to the commercial we're going to talk about today. It's from Goodyear, and it's made by GSD&M here in Austin. And I think it's kind of an interesting spot, and I want to get your read on it, Dan. So let's take a look. Go back, and here we go.
We've come a long way together, from dirt tracks to super speedways, and every track in between. Never backing down, pushing boundaries, giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way. There's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
That was kind of exciting, Dan. Kind of one of those get your blood pumping moments from a commercial, even though the commercial itself may not be an award-winning commercial or anything like that. I still like the commercial, and it gets me excited about Goodyear, of course, the tires, and NASCAR, the race tomorrow. What'd you think of the spot?
I think it was okay. I didn't think it was extraordinary. It's certainly another one of the manifesto or mini manifesto. This is a 30-second spot in this case that we've seen a lot of in the last couple of months that are acknowledging the moment in time, acknowledging where Goodyear has been, and welcoming people back to the idea of racing, and in some cases driving. A lot of people haven't even driven much in the last month or so. So I like the use of the historical footage. They did what they could with what they had, and then we'll see where it goes from here.
I'm glad you brought up the historical footage. I think you have to kind of rely on what you have right now from a production standpoint.
Oh yeah.
This is a new commercial. So it's something that we talked about last week where, dive into the archives if you have them. Obviously, the sports leagues have incredible footage. It makes a lot of sense to say we've been around, we've been part of America, like America, baseball and apple pie, etc. Please be with us tomorrow as we move into this new era with nobody in the stands, 100,000 plus seats with no one in them. It will create an odd visual. I'm not a NASCAR fan, but I am going to tune in tomorrow to just give it a look for a little bit. And I personally do miss sports immensely. I would love to go to a baseball game, looking forward to football in the fall, etc.
Yeah.
And hoping that it all comes back.
Yeah, I do too. And we'll see how the pit crews get treated and how the drivers get treated. I'm sure there'll be a lot of good camera work in terms of trying to show the behind the scenes, what they're doing to keep people safe while putting on this event, so that other leagues can take a hint from NASCAR. Hope it works.
And you can socially distance in the pit, but when you go to change a tire and refuel, that's a different scenario. So I'm imagining everyone's been tested and all that, and that they can actually be close to one another during those moments. But yeah, let's tune in and see what they've got and see what all the commercials are about tomorrow, because it's no Super Bowl. There will be about 3 million viewers, perhaps maybe more tomorrow, since it's a unique day in racing. But there will be quite a few commercials. We'll take a look and we'll see what we see. So thank you for listening, Fred.
Yeah, thank you guys, for everybody out there.
Good to see you again, Dan. I hear your dog in the background. It sounds like he wants to go on a walkie walk.
I think it's time. Is one of those Zoom bombs that we're all getting used to.
Beautiful. Well, let's honor the dog.
All right.
Talk to you soon,
Take care, David. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.